And that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Then I realized later on, oh, I didn't know that's what it was. So I just renamed it. Because you know, when you spend some real money, you ain't gonna sit there and take take it back. So I said, no, I'll say this is God's eye protection. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Then I realized later on, oh, I didn't know that's what it. Okay, there we go. I didn't know. Didn't know. But when I looked it up, they said no, it's called the eye protection. But whatever, I don't know. I don't know. I just know I liked it, so I just renamed it. I was like, dang, I didn't know. Didn't know I did that. Uh-oh. All right, let's see. Let me get back to this here. This here. Okay, cool. So, no, I'm not going to look up the mean on Google because I renamed it, and I don't really care at that point. Like I said, I'm not into religious this and that, that and this. I'm not really into all that. So a lot of times I look at it and I say, God, thank you for being with me and thank you for keeping your eye of protection over me. So that's what I did. I just renamed it. All right, I'm trying to share the screen. Okay, here we go. Yep. So that's what I did. I just renamed it. All righty. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to let me go over the rules first of all. But thank you for bringing that up, bro. Because again, at the time when I bought it, I didn't know, but now I do. But I just really named it. So something I like. All right, here we go. So number one, and please make sure you guys take notes today. I got some important stuff to share with you guys. Let's see. I'm gonna go look at this here. All right, cool. All right. All right. Number one, I'm not a financial advisor, so please understand I'm not trying to give you financial advice. We're just looking at these charts, trying to see what they're talking about, and then move on. Okay. Number two, please make sure that when we get to the question and answer period that your background noise is under control because this is being recorded for playback and they do want to hear your questions and my answer. So please make sure that when you're asking questions that your background noise is under control for that purpose, okay? Number three, please make sure, watch this, please make sure that when you go to a live account that you're using quote unquote a disposable income account, okay? In other words, whatever amount that you choose to trade with or whatever, make sure that you have paid your bills, okay? Make sure that you have money sitting on the side for savings, and then whatever floats your boat, go ahead and, do your thing. This is another reason why I know a lot of people are not a fan of prop firm accounts, but I'm really a big fan of them because I can take 300 bucks and go get me a 50K account or a 100K account or whatever if somebody got a discount sale or whatever. In other words, I can use a lot of money with a little bit of my own, okay? And if it works out, fine. If it don't, I ain't tripping. You just move on. You just move on, okay? Number three, number four, please make sure that if anybody reaches out to you saying, hey, I'm Uncle P, I'm Miss Donna, I'm Miss Jenny, I'm Mr. Elvis, I'm so forth, and I'm here representing them. And they said that if you send me some Bitcoin, then I'll go ahead and trade for you. And that's never been us. Never, never, never been us. Okay. Please do not fall for any scams. If anybody is reaching out to you through private message, please let us know so that we can find out if the person is in our group or whatever and do our best to get rid of them people, which we have done a lot of those people. A lot of people wonder why we're so strict in this and that. When you've been running your company since 2019 and you ran into an endless list of scammers, an endless list, which is where a lot of the reviews that came from, they even told me, you going to do this to me? Okay, well, go ahead. Go ahead, write your review. I'm gonna still be right here teaching classes, but the one thing I will not allow is people to be coming in my group trying to fleece the flock and scam the people. So that's the reason why we had gotten so restrictive. We weren't this way before, but we had no choice because people were just finding all kinds of ways to try to fleece the flock and scam the people, and it just turned into a fiasco. So that's why we do some of the things we do is for y'all's protection because they just was trying to be ravenous. Okay, and so that's what happened. Type of 50 in the box if you understand what I just said. I want to make sure you guys are clear. Some of you guys will be like, well, why they this and why they do that? That's what happened. And some of you guys who've been with us for a while, Derek, Liz, and me, and many of you others who've been around here, you've seen a lot of this stuff happen. You've seen it too for yourself. So that's what actually happened. Okay. Okay. Uh, in fact, and I'll say this quickly, I used to be very free-hearted with, hey, here's where I'm at, here's where I'm living. I ain't tripping, I'm not tripping. And then come to find out, and this happened years ago, live in class, one of the recordings, it was years ago. But there was a person who came in and threatened to take down the company if I didn't pay them a fee. So, that's what they sent me through the message. Then they came into the class and wreaked havoc and this and that. And we end up, I hired my private investigator who works for the FBI. And if I need information on the person, he's my go-to person, and I will get information on anybody who I want. I don't use that loosely because, I don't want to, that's a dangerous power to have, but it's nice to have connections to people in the right places. So my private investigator, I pay him a nice little tidy sum, and he actually trains FBI and police agents. Okay. So he can get information on anybody, anywhere, at any given time, whether you're using a VPN, your grandmama's internet server, it doesn't matter. He has access to everything. And come to find out, this person who was trying to take the company, not take the company. What do they call that? Where I always forget the name. Where they try to, pay me a ransom. Pay me this ransom money, or else I'm going to do X, Y, Z. That's what happened, literally. And the fool came into one of my classes in front of all the people who was in there and started acting a plum duck fool. And they thought it was something. And then when we called the police and this and that, the investigations came out, and my investigator came out, come to find out the dude lived not too far from where we lived. And I never met him. But that was too close for comfort. And Nancy said, never again. Keep your mouth shut. She said, privacy. That freaked her out, to know that somebody was that cunning and they stayed not too far from us. And at the time when we find out, the guy had just got out, because I told you I can find out anything I wanted. Come to find out, the guy just got out of court for another case that he was doing. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Type of 40 in the box. I want to make sure everybody understands exactly what I'm saying. So this is why when people say, hey, where do you live and this and that, I used to be free about it. I don't do it no more, because it freaked Nancy out more than anything. Now me, I got some hot, I just call it hot sauce. I keep hot sauces around, No, don't say that. Don't worry about it. Either way it goes, I'm cool, but it shook my wife up. And when you do that, that's really a no-no. Okay. And then the dude was the same person who went out and starts trying to write reviews as if I cared, okay, do what you got to do. But either way it goes, you're going to jail anyway for many crimes. We was able to find out who his associates was, how many jobs he had lived at, his social security number. And we found out everything. And come to find out, we had also in that report, I found out that he had just got out of another court case for doing some crooked stuff. There was another company in Russia that was using 36 different VPNs and VPNs to hide their location. We were able to find them because they were trying to steal our simplicity system. That happened years ago. So they thought that they can mask themselves, and then they was trying to steal it and redo it and under their own. And they're a large company. Came and stole my software and was under a large company, and they was using 36 VPNs to constantly bounce their signals from place to place to place, and we still found them, got their locations, and he has detectives in different regions of the world. He sent me a list of people to contact, and needless to say, that was over. Okay, so do you guys understand why scamming and all this stuff is very serious to us? I take it very serious. Type of amen if y'all hear what I'm saying. I take that very serious. Very serious. I don't play around with that. This is people's livelihoods. Okay. All right. I want to thank my YouTube family. You're going to learn something very, very key and important today. As a matter of fact, two important things you're going to learn. One of them is actually on the screen as we speak. One of them is on the screen as we speak. You're looking right at it, but you don't know what you're looking at. Okay? For those who watched my video that I posted on YouTube and in the Telegram channel this morning, you will now see exactly what your uncle have said. A lot of people say, well, Uncle P, why are you constantly closing out trades early? Look at exactly what's going on. If you are a member of the copycat group, within 24 hours, I have just given you guys 84 pips worth of trades in the last 24 hours. I used the strategy that I told you about, which is the news event strategy. Let me review. For those, I said there's two things that you can do after a news event, okay? What's one of the things that you can do after a news event? Type. What did I say you should do? It's a timing issue. That's the clue. What did I say? Yep, wait. How long? How long? Thank you, Donna. 30 minutes to an hour after a news event has come out. Set your freaking alarm for at least 30 minutes after a major news event comes out, such as inflation reports, interest rate news, so forth and so forth, because it's going to have the pair spiking. Okay? It's a knee-jerk reaction. Okay? It's a knee-jerk reaction. And if you don't live in the US, knee-jerk reaction means you're just being impulsive. Or that's the other term they call it, an impulse move. Why? Because people get the news, they get impulsive, price action jumps outside of its normal boundaries, and then it recollects itself and goes back to normal. I'll repeat that. Price action during news events will jump outside of its normal boundaries. People get impulsive. It jumps outside of its boundaries. Then they do one of two things. One group says, wait a minute, I think I was just too impulsive. The other group says, I took advantage of these impulsive people, pushed the market up, and they're cashing out. Either way it goes, price comes back within its normal boundaries eventually. For those who are trying to trade during or before news, this is why you get hit, because you don't know which way this news is going to go, okay? But if you wait until 30 minutes afterwards, you will all know exactly where it went. And then you can take action on the price after the knee-jerk reaction. Let me show you what happened. For this was one I sent to the copycat group, Meow. All right? Here's exactly why I woke up this morning and took profits. Look at this sharp move to the downside. And we did about 34, 35 pips off of this trade. I got you guys in right at the tippity tip. Why? Because I waited about 30 minutes or so after the news that came out. Then price action started to slow down, and you start to see, let's go to the 15 minutes so you can see it closer. You can see that price jumped all the way up. So if you jumped in right here after this first candle, you got your behind whoop because you're thinking, oh my God, I think it's ready. And then it jumped up some more. But if you wait 30 minutes, because that's about the range, 30 minutes to an hour, for people to get their common sense together to say, okay, let me calm my butt down. Or the smart people who made a lot of money in a very flash in the dash moment. In other words, you just made how many pips on this? 78 pips like that off a news event. Cool. That works. Watch this. That works very well if you are an institutional trader. Why do you say that, Uncle P? I say that because you had inside knowledge to know that price action was going to do this. The average retailer, we don't have access to that information to know beforehand, prophetically, what was about to happen. We don't get access to that. So since we don't have access to the information to know beforehand, Nancy Pelosi's and the others, what's going to happen before it happens, because we're not inside traders, because we don't have the information, it is better for the retail trader to wait until after the price has happened. And then when it calms down, if you see a good setup, go to the daily, Uncle Pete. Okay, I'll go to the daily. Sexy analyst for those who don't have it. Here we go. I saw this touch right to the top of the trend line. There were all these different pairs of the G's that I could have taken. Okay. I could have taken any one of these selections. See this? GA or GCAD. Which one was bouncing off of the upper trend line or off of a trend line? GA or GCAD? Which one? Type. And because you jumped so far out, I'm going all the way out to the daily. It was GCAD. So I could have chose any one of these because they all jumped. But see, this one broke outside, so it didn't respect it. But this one touched like the hem of his garment. Bible scholars. This one touched the trend line, but it didn't break it. So I said, I think you look sexy. So I could drill down, and there we go. Now, why am I bringing this one up? Because part number one to this story is I was able to clock us in some very nice pips on the drop because I waited for the news event to be over. I didn't have to guess beforehand. I didn't have to risk a dime before the news event. I simply cashed in afterwards. Type of 40, if that makes sense, because I'm showing you guys exactly what I told you. I told you about news event strategies. I told you. I told you. I learned to leave them alone until afterwards. After that, I know exactly what you did. Because some of them, I could call them right on the dime beforehand, and it feels good to feel like you're prophetic Nostradamus. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes I got it completely wrong. Why? Because that's the way it goes. You don't know what they're going to say. Because here's the truth. With news events, you may know exactly what the interest rate news is going to be. They not going to raise interest rates and they not going to do this. That's cool. You knew all that, but you didn't know what they were going to say for the following quarter, which is what investors listen for. When they're listening to earnings reports, interest rate news, and this and that, they're just not listening only for what is currently going to happen today, but they also want to know in the future so that they can financially plan ahead. If that makes sense, type of 100, that's the way rich people think. You looking to try to figure out what they're going to say today so you can do your little price action strategy, but not realizing that that's not the only thing the big money players are going to listen to. They're listening to see what they're going to say in the future as well, so I can plot and plan several months ahead. Why? Because I ain't just a retail trader sitting at my desk at home. I run millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of people's money. So I can't just know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. I need to know what you're going to do in the next quarter or the next 3 quarters. And so that's what they listen out for. Let me slow this back. And then I'm going to show y'all something because you're looking at something right in front of your face and you don't even see it. I'm going to show you something else. Stick tight. I got plenty for you today. We're going to hit it and then get out of here. All right, so here's the deal. The last company I worked at, which I quit back in 2018, that was the last time I worked a job, was in 2018. And it was a medical device company, okay? Medical device company. And I was in sales for medical devices, okay? I remember it was a publicly traded company. And I had already traded stocks, and that's when I was still trading by myself on the side, which I kind of missed those days. I didn't have no company. It was just me. And my coworkers would come to my desk and ask questions. And I would still remember that a lot of times I had to tell them, please stop coming around to my desk because I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, that was before there was ever a super easy. That was just me trading on my own, and people would stop by my desk and start asking questions, which is why I started. Part of the reason why I started the company, because some of the people were my coworkers who were in here. Okay, from way back then. But here's the point: at that time, I still can see it picture clear. The earnings report for the company we were working for had came out. And the report said that we, the salespeople, which included me, had did very well for the last quarter, exceeded expectations for the last quarter, meaning we sold our behinds off. I used to make 100 to 150 calls a day for that job, reaching clients. So don't tell me about work ethics. I worked hard everywhere I go. Every last job I had was sales jobs, and I would be on that phone making at least 100 calls a day, if not more. I always wanted to make more calls than anybody on the floor because I knew the more calls I made, the better sales numbers I would bring in because it was just a numbers game. Those who are salespeople type of 10 in the box. You know what I'm talking about. It's a sales numbers. It's a numbers game. All salespeople know this. He who makes more sales calls will make more money than everybody else on the floor. It's just that simple. You're going to have to deal with more rejection. You're going to have to deal with more pain, but it is what it is. And I was one of the top people in the company because I made more calls per day than average people. So I was part of the reason why the company was doing so well. But it was a large company, okay? But here was the problem. People flocked to my desk after the earnings report came out because a lot of them had their 401ks and IRAs tied to the company. Okay. And so they was excited. Oh, we exceeded sales for the quarter. So they assumed that investors would just buy up the company even more. But on the day the earnings report came out, it actually tanked. And people were like, what the freaking heck, bro? What is going on? Our sales numbers were great and this and that. Yep, but you know what happened? The owner of the company projected the increase in cost to do business in the future. And that's what the investors were looking for, not what you just did. You only as good as your last call. Okay. Don't think you hot stuff because you made your last calls. That's great, but on to the next one. But here's where the problem came in. They announced that, oh, we think that the next quarter is not going to look that good. And when they said that, it didn't matter what we did. It didn't matter what we did. We were done. And people were pissed. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying here? Type a yes if you hear me. I'm giving you investing advice. This is the way investors think. They don't want to just hear about what's going to happen. So when you see these big spikes in the markets, but then you say, well, look, the news came out and it didn't. That's the point. That's the point. You are looking at the present moment. They're looking at the present moment. And is this going to continue to be like this? If not, we don't care what you just did. And that's why for traders who's trying to trade news, this is why you get your behind toe up. You come in here and you see this price action, you say, okay, I see this set up and okay, you could have been right, but you could be wrong. You could be wrong. So the best thing to do is simply wait until afterwards, and it doesn't even matter. You can cash in afterwards. Everybody cool on that first part, because I'm about to go to step number 2. Okay? Everybody cool? Type amen if you cool. Sorry, I'm telling it to stop and follow me. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to number 2. So then, Uncle P, why do you snatch profits? Because one thing I do know, what comes up real quick will come back down real quick. And when it comes back down real quick, what's going to be the next thing to happen? And it's right here happening in front of your face. What happens? Liz got it. It pops right back up. See, this is where your pullbacks come from. So here's where I'm saying in the video, please watch the full video because I'm not going to cover the whole video right now. You guys watch the YouTube video and I'll show you some examples. But the point is, I realized that it's, first of all, it's cleaner and easier to trade a news event after it has happened than before. Okay. I can easily go in and select something afterwards because I do know that after this big move, somebody gonna want to cash out, and that's what they do. Okay, so I just wait patiently. Now, what if I don't see anything? If I don't see anything, then I ain't tripping. I just leave it alone. I'm all good. It's not a no harm, no foul. In other words, I have just reduced my news event risk to minimum. But if I do take one, I get in and I get out because I do know if it comes down hard and creates a slant pattern, watch this. I'm gonna mark it up, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about slant patterns for I don't know how many of the last several years. A slant pattern always pops up the other way. Okay. So if I see you dropping at a slant, I'm gonna cash out. Why? Because I know what the next move is gonna be. So I will take my money and run, and then when you pop back up again, I can hit you twice. Everybody see what I'm saying? So you paid me on the way down. I avoided getting my account blown, trying to trade news beforehand, risky. Then I take this money that you give me, hard moves. Cool. I'll take 20 or 30 up off this. And then when you slow down and pop back up and you try to retest the top, this is where you get your double tops and triple tops. So all of you guys who learned about chart patterns, double tops and triple tops, where do you think they came from? Hard moves popped up, and there you go. That's where your double tops come in. Once you give me a double top, all right, then guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna eat twice. But the first time, watch this. The first time I ate off of my dime. It was my money that was at risk. But when I cashed out on your behind and I go back and see something like this, where you trying to go back to this level again, yeah, I can enter this trade again, but whose money am I using this time? Mine or theirs? Come on, talk to me now. Alpha, you got it. OPM. There it is. Other people's money. The first trade I took was risking my own money. When I cashed out and now I'm go back in on the same trade because I see you trying to double dip on me. Okay, cool. I can go ahead and take this trade with confidence. Why? Because at this point, I'm playing with the house money, not my own. I don't care. And that's how you can hit the same trade twice after a news event. Everybody hear what I'm saying? Okay. Type a yes because I got something else to cover. I got more for you. I got more for you. Okay. Let me do it like this. If that was helpful, type a 400 in the box so that you guys understand why. Now, watch the video because I said if you're a swing trader and you're a person who's like a truck driver or you're a person who airline pilot, you don't need to do this. Hey, if you got in at this good price, you don't have to worry about getting in twice. Don't worry about it. This does not apply to you. Okay. Because if you got in here, it comes down, retests, and then about a week later, it goes and drops through the floor. Either way it goes, you made your good money, so it don't matter. Here's an example over here. Okay, right here, you can see that it dropped, came up, did the same thing I'm just teaching you, and then it eventually still took off. So if you don't have time to sit and watch your charts, then don't worry about nothing I just said. If you feel like you got in at a darn good price, you can even jump to the daily and see, okay, it's respecting this trend line. Okay, if you just got in right there and you don't have time and you just want to walk away, you can do the same. Look at what happened over here. Look at what happened over here. It took 3 days, boom, 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 and then major drop. On this one, 2 days, boom, boom, major drop. Okay, when it came down here, 2 days and it popped about. So here's the first candle. So this thing could be retesting on the second day. It could set up or 3 days. Either way it goes. So if you are one of those people who just like to swing trade, you don't want to be in and out playing these little games with it, then go ahead and set your trade and leave it alone. It's nothing wrong with that either. Okay. Either way works fine. But I'm explaining why your uncle, who had nothing to do but to sit here looking at charts, this is the game I'm playing with it. Why do I cash out? Because I don't want to give you back nothing. You gave me something right here. I'm going to take what you gave. And then when you come back up and try to retest, I'm going to get you again. I'm going to hit you behind twice. Naughty or nice. Either way it goes, we're all doing good because we are not getting taken out by news events. Ain't that a blessing? That's a smarter way to play these news events than try to play Nostradamus beforehand and then get your behind toe up. Because it's a 50-50 situation. Now, as I told you guys, Ocean Wave is one of the best systems to actually project news events. It has a very high win rate when it comes to trading news events, but you can still be in a trade and it can go the other way. Why? Because it depends on what they say after the current moment, and that can go any direction. This is why when big news events like the Feds are going to be talking later on today, when big news events come out, you'll notice that the market comes to a screeching halt. It moves very little. Well, you want to know why it moves very little? Because the banks and institutions have said, we're going to put a halt to trading. We're not going to trade right now. Let's wait and see what the people are going to say, and then we'll jump in afterwards. So the small movements that you do see is the retailers and the small players who's in there still trying to play around. That's why that happens. Okay. All right. Let's get to something else. Number two, let's get to something else. So the other thing I want to say, let's just say, and I'm just going to pick a random pair, just something random. Hold on 1 second. Let me just squeeze this a little tight. All right. I know where that one's going. Okay. I know where that one's going. All right. So let's just say we're going to take a trade on this one. Don't take a trade on this one. Let's just pretend. Okay. We're just pretending. Now, if you're a person who's interested in trading a prop firm account, or you trading a large amount of money of your own, which most retailers don't, but what happens is you go from trading a $50 account, and just testing out your strategy, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. You should be doing that. But then if you jump into a prop firm account, which gives you a larger amount of money, here's what happens. Okay, watch this. Psychology. So now you may trade an account that where you can trade, you used to trade, 0.05. Okay, this is what you used to on your personal account. Okay, you put your little stop loss down there and you're risking about $8. You cool with that? That's what you used to. Everybody with me so far? Type yes if you're with me. This is going to be key. This is going to be key. I guarantee this happens to people all the time. Okay. So your risk tolerance, you got a $100 account, you're risking $8.90 on this account. Or let's just make it 20 pips even. All right. Let's move it to 20 pips. Because you say, okay, I'm cool with 20 pips. So you got a $100 account and you're risking 10%, which is $10.35 on this trade. You say, okay, I'm cool. I see this level right here. Uncle P, I'm trusting this level right here. You do all that and you cool. You cool with it being right there. You ain't got no problem with it. That's comfortable for you. Okay? You cool with it. All right? Here's where the problem come in. I'm going to take the same trade. That's your normal mentally. But now you just bought a prop firm account, 50K. Okay. You decide I'm going to trade 5 standards. Oh, Lord, I put 5,000 standard. Ooh, that'd be a lot of money real quick. All right, watch this. So you put 5 standards on the same trade. And you're going to put 20 pips. Okay. And this is a demo account, class demo account. So let's see. I'm in drawdown by $55 already. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me tell this camera to stop following me. Okay. Unfollow me. All right. But look how fast. Oh, look at there. See? But did you see I was in drawdown by $55? What was your mental normal for drawdown numbers? What was your mental normal? What was your mental limit? $10. And you take a trade with a bigger amount and it goes into $55 just like that. Are you watching price action or are you watching how much you're losing? Which one do most retail traders do? Type. Because I'm going to give you a little secret to fix this. You got it. Oh, I'm in drawdown. Oh my God, you're going to drive me nuts hearing that crap. So what? Because if you had only risked $10, you was cool with that. But now you decided you want to go to the play with the big boys. So now you want to go ahead and go with a prop firm account. And I'm gonna make this money. I'm gonna get it. And then you get into $55 a drawdown. Down, Jesus. Oh, Lord, that's real talk right there. That is real talk. Am I right? Type of 700 if you know I'm right. Happens to everybody. Happens to everybody. I'm going to give you a little hack. Okay? I'm going to give you a little hack to fix it. Down. Oh my God, please relax. Because if you stop looking at the money, and let me click out of this. Stop looking at the money. How many pips is moved? Because see, some of y'all like, oh man, he already in profit. He already in profit. Yeah. Oh, he made $75 in profit already. Just that fast. I'm so glad I came to class. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Come to class. Tell more people to come. Okay. But here's what's the problem. How many pips have been moved? Look right here. Look right here. How many pips? Just about one. So do you see, you're not focusing on the movement of price, you're focusing on the money. And so when you think you're in deep drawdown, you're not paying attention to the fact, no, you just watch this. How much am I now risking? On this one trade, I am now jumped up from risking $10 to now risking $1,000 because I'm using a bigger account. So now you're watching every nickel and penny, everything is panicking and pissing you. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay. So now you're distracted. And the same strategy you used to use that worked for you when you was using a small demo account or a small real account, the moment you jump to big boy land, now you're looking at drawdown, even if it goes by one pip. Excuse me, hold on. Ah, had something in my throat. Okay, there we go. Good, good, good. Hold on, quick. Oh, wait. I want to see it go into one pip of drawdown again. Okay, that's a half a pip. You down $10. Oh, look at that, $30. Oh my God. Oh, I'm in profit. Y'all see this? This not what people do. Type of yes if this is what people do. Come on. 1 minute you sad, the next minute you happy, and it got you gripping on the edge of your seat. Oh, and look, but if you look at the pip count right here, has this thing barely even moved? No. So you made a decision, entered the trade because of support levels, and you did all your, see, here's resistance, okay, and then this turns support, and you give me all the statistics as to why you jumped into the trade. But when you jumped into it using big boy money, now it's not about the trade, it's only about how much drawdown you're in. And you lose focus of the fact that, yes, this thing has the right to bounce around a little bit. It's going to do that. And that's the reason why you put the stop loss in place. So what should you have done? You should have just left it alone. But is that what you psychologically do? This even happens even if you don't have a big account. This happens when you're trading on a demo account with 50, you open a demo account with 50,000, 100,000, and you putting on these big lots, and it's just fun. You're right. And then the moment you switch over to a live account and put even $100, $50 in there, every little blip causes you to freak out. Come on, type of amen if you know I'm telling the truth. We've all done it. Type of amen. Don't come on, don't pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. Psychological warfare has just taken place. See, look at it. Oh my God, I'm in drawdown again, y'all. I'm in drawdown. Oh, okay, there you go. Oh, I'm in drawdown again. I'm in drawdown again. Oh, there we go. Look. This is happening right now. Oh, I'm in profit. I'm in profit. I'm in profit. And instead of focusing, especially my copycat people, instead of focusing on just leave it alone, eventually it's going to turn around. Everything going to be all right. We trade for a whole year, not per trade, not per pip, not this and that. Nope, because it's a large amount. Oh, we're in profit, Jesus. Oh, my God. 60. And see, look how many emotions you just went through in the last 2 minutes. Because you're looking at the dollar and you didn't even look at the structure to which you took the trade. And notice this whole time I'm talking, this thing ain't moved, but yet about a pip or two. This whole time. But your acrobatics, your emotional acrobatics have just went through the roof. And this is happening to you all day long. You can't focus on work. You don't sleep. Your relationship is taking a dive. Your nerves are bad. Now you broke the habit of drinking and smoking, but now because of this, you jumping into a large account. Guess what? I think I need something to take the edge off. And there you go, back into bad habits, all because you mentally could not handle trading with a larger amount. Now, I'm going to ask this question. Not you, but if you know a friend or a cousin who trades like that, type of 1,000 in the box. This is why it's dangerous to try to jump too quickly into larger accounts, even prop firm accounts. It will drive you crazy. Remember I did a video a while ago about drawdown? This is exactly what I meant. Oh, look at here. Oh, I'm up $105. Oh, but look at what happened. I'm only up 2 pips. Calm the heck down. It's 2 pips. Because if this 2 pips was in drawdown and you down $110 down, now you're pissing in your pants again. But it was only 2 pips. So you're focusing on this instead of this. So then, Uncle P, how do we fix it? Great question. If you're trading on your own, here's one good thing I have learned to do. I was listening to a guy who I respect as a scalp trader the other day, and he took a trade and he said, if this thing would have went against me, I would have lost $50,000 on this one scalp trade. And you can't handle $100 drawdown on a prop firm. Here's what you can do. Here's the tip. Here's the tip. Watch this. You can enter 2 trades if you're trading on your own and you're trying to do a prop. Enter 2 trades. The second trade, make it only, watch this. This is probably going to be one of the best tips you've ever heard. Make the second trade just a penny. Use the same exact stop loss. Okay. As we can see, the stop loss we're using is 66,311. Okay. 66,311. Okay. So now my positions have the same stop loss, and they can also have the same take profit. Okay. But the point is, now look what happens. This is basically following, watch this. This is so cool, and it helps me. I do this sometimes. One account I may put just a penny on it, or additional penny, just to help keep my nerves intact. Okay. Because when you trade in a lot of accounts, it makes you worried. So this is showing that I'm up 28 cents. It basically, now it says I'm up 30 cents. Okay. That 3 is matching this. How many pips am I up by? Basically, if you round it up, I'm basically up how many pips on the second position? 3 pips. So this is telling me that whether I lose or win, instead of looking at the bigger number, all I have to do is pay attention to the smaller number so I'm not panicking. Because if I look at this bigger number and it showed that I'm down 225 pips, which, by the way, thank you for coming to class. If you just took this trade and I told you don't take it, but because I'm just throwing something out, but I'm just showing you the brother got talent, okay? But the point is, so if I'm looking at this and panicking at the bigger number saying that, oh, I'm down $300, all I have to do is look at the smaller number and realize, no, it's only how many pips? Even now, how many pips am I up by? See, 2 or 3 pips. So this 1 penny helps me to stay calm because I realize I'm too focused on the money and not the price action and structure to which I took the trade in the first place. But if I put a penny on it, it keeps me calm because I realize, oh, it was just a penny. It's just 1 pip. It's only 2 pips, or it's only 10 pips down. So I don't keep focusing on the bigger dollar. I focus on the small one because it helps me to know exactly, it's tracking almost to the T how many pips I'm either up or down by. It helps me to be calm. So if this is showing that I'm up 5 pennies or 50 cents, that's basically telling me I'm up 5 pips. So the big number may be nice, or because that's not really for profit. Here's what it's really for. If I'm down and this shows me I'm down by 5 cents, this may show 500, but this is only going to show -5 cents. So what is this basically telling me? Calm down. You're only down by 5 pips. So this tells me, without me even having to be at my computer, wondering, okay, well, what indicator was, see, look, it just happened. It's like Nostradamus, it literally did it. It just went to 0.5, see, 0.5. So if it goes down to 0.5, I'll know, okay, if it says 0.5, that means it's just a half a pip. If it says 50 cents, then that means I'm down by 5 pips, okay? So nothing to worry about. So if I want to know my pip count and I'm not at my computer, all I have to do is watch the penny trade, not the bigger one. And you basically are tracking how many pips you're up or down at any given moment. If this was helpful, type a 2000 in the box. See, the 0.02 tells me I'm down a half of a lot. If it goes to a whole number, meaning 0.1 or 0.2 or 0.5, that is a whole pip. So once this goes to 0.050, that means I'm up by 5 pips. But if there's 2 zeros in front of that number, that means I ain't even down I ain't even down a full pip. It's nothing to worry about. And look at this, 0.04, 0.03, look at that. 0.03, see, I'm not even down a whole pip. So no matter what the bigger number tells me, I can relax and remain calm. So if you're one of those people who frequently check your phone when you're trading your trades, now you know what to do to relax yourself. Put in the regular amount and then put in just a penny as a second position. Both of them have the same stop loss. Now you're learning to relax yourself. I've been doing that for a long time now. Very helpful. Okay. All right, guys. Any questions for today? Any questions, please raise your hand. We're opening up for question and answer period. I would love to hear if you have a question. I'll be more than happy to see what I can do to try to help you out. Let's see here. All right, we got Reg. Go ahead and unmute. Hi, Reggie.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
How you doing?
All right, cool. How are you?
A year older.
Oh, congratulations. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Well, nothing like class on my birthday. It was actually fun today. Can we look at an NZD pair, like maybe like NZD JPY, please?
Yeah. They just came out with massive news, which they spiked as well.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
I was actually very fortunate to make some pips on that spike, where that great spike right there. I was actually fortunate to get about, I think it was it 50 pips on that spike. And so I just wanted to put that out there, and I really enjoyed. Which one?
Yeah, hold on, let me show y'all something. I knew this one was going to go up. Ocean Wave.
Still don't have it.
Yep. See, I knew it. I already knew that one was going up. And I think it's going to go up a little bit more right here. I was looking at it this morning. Look at that. Ocean Wave is telling you. Remember, I just told y'all, I said this thing going to go up some more. Look what happened. Ocean Wave called it. I can see it. I've been looking at these charts for so long. I already know. Okay,
wow.
let me go to the see, and look who called it. Ocean Wave. Ocean Wave said it too. JPY is coming out with news. That's the reason why the JPY is under pressure. So this one, it did drop, it shot up, and then, but here's the point, Reg, and congratulations on making those pips, by the way. Congrats. Here's what happened afterwards. What did I tell y'all? After the news event, what happened immediately afterwards?
It slants back down to the
Back down memory lane. Happy birthday, brother. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go. It happened.
So
see, all of them did the same thing. After the news event, wait, 30 minutes, and then tap that behind. All of them did the same thing. See, they all do the same thing. It's a rinse and repeat strategy. That's why I showed it to y'all. Rinse and repeat. See, they do the same thing. Boom, boom, and there you go.
Spike up. Okay. It's going to slant.
There you go.
Spike up, then wait 30 to an hour, and then it's going to come.
You can basically round it to the like 30 minutes. Give yourself about 30 minutes or so after the news event, and look what happened. Okay. Look at that. You get me? Yeah. They all do the same. But congratulations on that one, bro.
Thank you. Looks like I might need to spend a little money on my birthday.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, this looks like it's going to pop back up right before. Let me check something else while you're here, Reg. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see something here. Let me go to the 4 hour. And then the 1 hour. Yeah, that one, it looks like it's going to pop up. I'm seeing it.
Okay.
That one is sitting here. Yeah, all these JPY. So anyway, happy birthday to you, bro.
Thank you.
All right, man. Cool. You're a good man. Good man there. That's a good man, y'all. Everybody, let's wish him a happy birthday. That's a good dude. Good dude. Yep, that one's probably going to pop up. Not for certain, but I think so. Yep. I don't know about that one. Yep, that's a retesting. Yep, but this one, look, see, resistance. All I did was draw one line, guys. I drew just one line. Resistance turned into support. Okay. Resistance turned into support. Okay. All right. Any other questions for today? Any others? Okay. Jay, go ahead and unmute. Go ahead and unmute. We got Jay Wells in the house.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you now.
I'm sorry, I was having problems over here.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm glad you went over leverage. You know, one things that I do now, because I've been trading for about 7 years now. And when it comes to leverage, I realize that it's what you're willing to risk. So when I say that is you have to be okay once you pull that trigger that whatever you're going to lose, you're okay with it. It's almost like going to the casino. You know, when you put your chips down and they say all bets are clear and all you can do is sit and wait to see if it's going to play in your favor or not. That's how I play the game now. So before I execute, I say, okay, what's my stop loss? How many pips is it? Plus the spread. Calculate that. Then you understand what the leverage, and you do not touch that trade and you let it play out to your take profit or however many pips you're comfortable with. And what that's done is it's allowed me to be a better trader. I find myself not losing as much because I'm actually letting my trade play out according to structure and how I see it. So I trust my analysis. And so
that's That's
Yeah,
exactly
it's
right.
just a little something. But
You're right. It's just basically now I can trust the trade and let it play out because I'm not freaking. Yeah,
right.
and that's what happens when we start looking at the money fluctuating. Then we start uh, focusing more on the money instead of price action to which we took the trade in the first place.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So thank you for sharing that, bro.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Cool, cool. Always some good information. All right. Let me get to the next hand. Let's go to Liz. Liz is in the house. Liz, what's up?
Good morning, Uncle P.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right. I hadn't asked a question in a while because the classes have been so good. I'm just kind of just going by that, you know. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want to say good morning to the Super Easy family and happy birthday to Reg. So
Yeah.
okay, so I
Reg,
wanted to go back to Mr. Reg, happy birthday.
Reg.
But I wanted to go back to the GBP CAD trade on the 4 hour, then the 15.
Yep.
GCAD.
All
Okay,
right.
so
4
this
hours.
is great. Now I need help.
Okay.
Okay, so you have it on the 15th. Now
Mhm.
I wanted to see if you could walk me through the timing because I saw the spike up and I think that was the news during London, I think, where you see the big spike candle.
Yep.
I think GBP had news. Then after that, so I wanted to go through the timing of when that news happened. Then you see it spiked up to your slant. I mean the
So
what you call
okay,
it?
so you're talking about last night. The GBP news
Yeah,
happened
last
last night.
night. Right.
So what happened was, which by the way, for those who's not paying attention to my Sunday video, please do so because I'm telling you guys way ahead of time what news events to pay attention to so you can actually schedule your time around them. I'm always covering that. I've been doing it for the longest so that you know what day the news is going to be coming out and you can, and most of the time, and I failed at this time because I was in a hurry, but most of the time I try to find what time it's going to come out New York time, but I didn't this time. But either way it goes, we all should have known that, okay, inflation numbers was coming out, which is going to be a huge spiker one way or the other. Okay,
Right.
always. Interest rate news and inflation numbers, always be ready for big moves. And so that's what happened. They came out last night, and I didn't look and see what their inflation numbers were, which I really don't even care. That's the other good news, Liz, about the way I'm trying to teach you guys how to trade news events. I don't
Yes.
even care what the numbers were. Okay, I don't care. All I need to know is which way you went too far. And then after that, wait 30 minutes, set my alarm for it, 30 minutes. Okay, boom. And then I came in here. So this is what we saw. This is what I saw last night. You stopped right there on the daily. You respected the trend line. That's what I saw. And so, because
Right.
this is the one that I sent out to the copycat group, and we clocked in on 30 something pips or so. And that's what I saw. But I knew, okay, this thing is coming back down. Let's go ahead and take our profits and then we can reinvest if it pulls back up, which it did. Now we can reinvest and whatever happens, we're just playing with house money.
Right. And so I wanted to just like if you can, you know how you put the crosshairs or just to see what time that happened. Because I'm working on my timing a little bit better because I know you give us times to check the market,
Well,
you know, and if
on this, if you're doing the news event, all this crosshair stuff will not apply. And don't worry about that. No,
okay.
wrong approach. Here's the right approach. You have to do this. Let me bring this over for you, sis. I get where you're going, but no, I'm gonna teach you the right thing to know.
Okay.
All I need to know is what time is this coming out? Because this is what's going to determine when I need to look at those charts for news afterwards. Okay, so what happens is that let's go here for an example. We got one coming up. Existing home sales is more for stock market. Right here, FOMC minutes is saying that this is coming out in approximately 4 hours.
Okay.
So that is where my time is set now. It has nothing to do with chart times. It has to do with the announcement time of the news. So that is what's going to be important for me to pay attention to and go look. So whatever time this is, which if they don't say anything today, it probably ain't going to move the market at all. But if they do say something, you're going to see a spike. So what am I going to do? Am I looking at crosshairs in the charts, or am I actually looking at this time right here? And I'm glad
Right,
you asked your question. You
that
always
time
ask,
right there.
this is the time I'm paying attention to. So if this is saying that the news is coming out at 4 hours, what do I set my clock to? 4.5 hours.
Okay.
Why? Because it's 4 hours plus how long do we wait afterwards?
30 minutes to an hour.
30 minutes. Let's range it down to just 30 minutes. So I'm gonna wait
Okay.
30 minutes. So 4 hours and 30 minutes from now is when I will look. And if there's a huge spike, I can take advantage of it after the news. Okay. That is how it has nothing to do with charts at all. The chart, crosshairs and this and that has nothing to do with that time. And it's all about this time. So for me, when I'm trading news reports, let's see something else. These PMI numbers, it may impact the euro, but sometimes it don't. So I don't always pay attention to that. I'm trying to find you another good one. The two biggest ones I like, sis. Let me see. Let me find you something. Great question. I'm so glad you asked it. Okay, here's going to be a good one. When is this coming out? Thursday. Okay, yep, here we go. And this is why, Reg, I was telling you about that JPYs. Y'all stay away from them for a little bit. They're sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes.
I'll show you.
They sure are.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Here's the reason why. Look what's happening. Okay. See? Tomorrow they're coming out with their inflation numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
So therefore it can spike. So this is one now. Because this one doesn't tell me the exact time until the day of, it tells you, oh, and how many hours from now. Okay, here's where I go to this resources, because this is one when I'm doing my news report video. If I'm in a hurry, I won't do it because I got to go through each one.
Right.
But if I have the time, this is the one where I go to my Forex factory and I will get the time. So right here is, and on Thursday, let's go down to Thursday. And let's see, Thursday, come on, where are you? I don't always use them. I don't really like them, the way they do things. So, let's see. Hold on. Let me refresh this, make sure I got them up to date. Got a little mad. See, I don't see it on here. That's why I don't use them all the time. That's problematic.
Sometimes they all vary a little bit, you know?
Yeah, see, this Forex Factory, they are not consistent. I don't like them. The only reason I use them is because they do give the time according to New York time. Okay. Right. So for an example, remember I told you in 4 hours that the FOMC is going to speak? Well, they give you the exact time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now I can really, instead of doing the math in my head, what's 4 hours from now? I look right here and they say, okay, it's actually at 2 p.m. So that's cool. That's the feature I like. Here's the problem I don't like. I don't like them because obviously, watch this. We clearly see that on Thursday, let's go to Thursday. Look who's sitting right here.
JPY, inflation.
Okay. Inflation. You think that's important, sis?
Yes.
Okay. I'm on Thursday, the 23rd. Where's it on here?
Can't seem to find it on. Oh, is it on there? No.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's not there. It's not there.
That's why I don't depend on them. So when I'm doing, if they have it scheduled, then I will put it on my report for you guys, where I'm always showing you guys, okay, here's the news events coming up for the week and this and that. I will do that. And I'm again, sis, thank you for your question. You always ask very, very good questions. Always have. Okay. Always have. Let me show you this. So on Sundays, when I'm giving you guys, let me redo that. Hold on. Move this out the way. When I'm giving you guys the time, the news events and the times, this is what I'm typically do. I will go through here and I'll say, okay, here's the news events, which I get from my FX book. They're very dependable to me to get what news event is coming out on what day. Problem is they don't give you the exact time unless it's 24 hours in advance. Then they tell you in 3 hours, 5 hours, whatever. Okay, so because they don't do that, then I jump over to this one to try to see if I can find the exact New York time so that we'll know. So see, like NZD, look what happened. So when you had asked me about NZD or GBP, this is what I'm looking at. What time?
Right.
And it was 10 o'clock last night. 10 o'clock is when that happened. So that this NZD news, now let's go to the charts. Okay. If this NZD news happened at 10 o'clock, what time do I need to be looking?
10:30.
You see how you don't need to do crosshairs?
Got it. Yes, that's perfect. Yes, I got it now. And I'm going to change the way I'm doing that then.
Yes. So that's how I do news events. It's not based on when using crosshairs and trying to, I don't need none of that. I keep the game plan very simple. If I see what time you're coming out with your news event, then schedule it, put an alarm on my arm saying 30 minutes after that, I'm coming to peep and see what y'all got going on. So even here, they have CPI numbers that came out at 2 a.m. And I think that's what they do. They call it CPIs. Okay, I don't know, but I think that's where the problem is. Let's go back down to Thursday, sis.
Okay. Thank you, Uncle P. This is very helpful.
Yeah. Do you think, sis? And I think that's what they call it, the the CPI numbers. Okay, maybe they call it CPIs, which is a different name. But if so, that means if this is accurate and they're calling CPIs while this is calling inflation, which is why you see I like this better. If that's the case, it's going to come out at what time? Let's just use this for an example. JPY is going to come out with inflation on Thursday. They're saying around 7:30. So what time would you be looking?
I would make that 8 o'clock then.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. That helped me out a lot. That probably shaved time off of my looking at the charts, because Uncle P, if you could go back. Oh no, I'll wait until you're finished.
No, go ahead.
So if you can go back to since you had started with the GBP CAD trade as, like a little example. So based on what you just said, you probably went to the charts at a certain time. You know how you showed how when you saw the slant and we made the money on the and then it came back up. So just at that time when you happened to look at the charts, that's how it appeared, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Even if we win or lose on this trade, it doesn't really matter because we've already cashed out on it on the first go round. So now we're playing with house. You know what I'm saying? Since we're playing with house pips, it don't matter.
Okay. And then I noticed too, because I know you was discussing the structure of, when it went up to the top and then like it made the M at the top, almost was about to make the M at the top. So that's why I was just looking at that, just everything you was discussing about it.
Yeah, that's what create these double tops and double bottoms. That's where the M patterns come from. Like I said, the thing is, like for those of us who have been taught the market makers method, we were taught certain things, but it was missing certain things. Okay.
Right.
It was missing certain bits of information. How are these double tops and double bottoms created? Now you know. Spikes, slant pattern, retest, and then you can hop in. So if you know that this thing shot up quick and creates a slant pattern, slant patterns, they're going to hit and then they're going to stop and pop. Okay. We've been talking about that for years. So now if I know that, I'm going to hop out real quick, cash out, and look at what zone this is in. Okay. Right up in this range.
Major zone right there.
See? It hit, cashed out. And I woke up and took this money almost on the dime. And then guess what? I said, okay, if it pops back up, I'll hop back in this trade again. Now we're playing with house pips. So whether we win or lose, it's just house pips. It's not a big deal to me. I'm not playing with my money. I'm playing with theirs at this point because I've already taken some of their money. And all of these are all done off of news events after the news. All of these trades that I've been doing are after the news. Now, there was one that I took this week because I think I'm up. Let me see. I've done 94 pips so far of closed trades. 94 pips so far this week. One of them I closed at break even, and that was because I saw something and I was correct on that one. Let's go to this. When I hopped in it, I noticed, okay, it was showing me a nice setup, but I said, hold on, let me go just clean sexy so it won't look so busy to y'all. Okay, I was seeing that it was pulling down, pulling down, pulling down, but I saw that, okay, wait a minute, you hitting a strong support, and I don't think you're gonna break through because this ain't looking right. Here's a low, here's a higher low. So what I did was I just went on, and I think we was only down like a pip or two, maybe.
Right.
So as long as it's 3 pips or below, I just mark it as break even because that's what the broker spread, depending on the broker. So that's the one that I marked as break even. Was I correct on my analysis? Yes, I was. Look what happened. This thing shot and popped up. That's what happened. See? So that's why I closed it out quick. I don't mind cutting trades quick. I really don't care. I will cut a trade real quick if you start acting funny. So for an example, if you start, I see you sitting here, but if you get too far out of hand and you start breaking above a level, what do you think I'm going to do? I'll cut you real quick because I ain't going to let you eat into my profits.
Take your money and run, right, Uncle P?
Take it and run, or cut it and run, and come back for another trade another day. That's all I do. I ain't tripping. I will cut you real quick.
Right.
Yeah,
okay. So in review, I'm going to change. What I'm going to do is just wait until the news is over. 30 minutes maybe until the news is over, then check the charts rather than just because I'm working on my timing. So I'm going to write that in my journal just to see how it works. And I'm sure that'll be good.
Whatever. Look, let's go to the AUDs. They had something going on this week too. Let me go to the 4 hour and see where that was. All right, here, let's go to the AUDs. AUD came out with their news this week. Okay. Right. That's why actually, AUD came out on Monday with their news. They were pushing. Look what happened. Right. What happened? They slammed. Okay. Then it came back up. And then what basically happened again, though, afterwards, it retested this level. And this is where you could have came in 30 minutes afterwards, cashed out, came back in, and here's where they retested.
A lower high. A lower.
You got it. So even if either you're looking for matching highs or a lower high, either way it goes, when you came in 30 minutes after the trade had played and you cashed out and made something, I don't care if you made 20 pips, 30 pips, 10 pips, it's something. Whatever it was, when you came in and made your money, now you're going back out because you know what to expect now. This is how double tops and double bottoms are created. That's how they're created. So from the 4 hour, can you not clearly see this basically looks like a double top, don't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it's created. That's how. So when we understand how market structure is created, yeah, now I know, me personally, Liz, and I played it, but it really never was a big part of my game because I have been whipsawed and beat up so bad because of news events until news events. This is why I do news event videos, Liz. I'm sorry for holding you so long, but
it's okay. Cool, it's all helpful,
Here's why I got into doing news event videos and watching news in the first place, because I got beat up so freaking bad on the charts because of news. Nobody was talking about news. Nobody. What Forex trader on YouTube, talk about news? Okay. No, you don't hear average retail traders ever mention the news. And yet this is a pivotal part to creating double top, double bottoms, and structure and all these things we're looking for. Nobody talks about this. So all these years, sis, I've actually really never made it a big part of my game plan because it freaked me out. Okay? It really has. That's why washing your brain, learning new information. So then now that God has blessed me with this concept of how to play the thing, just wait 30 minutes to an hour. If it's a huge news event like US, I'll give you one that you might want to wait at least an hour or longer. And that would be US, if the US announces interest rate news. That may take longer for it to finish its echo. So check in 30 minutes. If it still don't look right, check an hour. If not, wait until the Asian session is over. And late around 9:30, 10 p.m., I'll look for that. That's the biggest of all because it affects all currencies around the world. So all currencies around the world need to have their turn of reacting to it. That may be the only one I may wait 12 hours, wait until after, or not 12 hours, but basically if it happened today. So for an example, let's just say that today they're announcing not, Fed's talking. And it's instead U.S. interest rate news. That may be one where I'll wait until this evening around 9:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or New York time to go look at that. Because since the
Okay.
dollar is circulating around the world, all of the banks going to have their terms react. That may be the only one I may wait for a little while. The rest of these, since they're just central to just their country, yeah, 30-minute plan is cool, in my opinion.
Okay. Thank you, Uncle P. That's helpful. So I'm gonna scratch everything else and do that. I think this is definitely gonna work here. So I'm gonna see how that works. I'll let
Yeah.
you know next class, Uncle P.
Yeah, let me know. And by the way, it makes now why am I sharing this with you guys? Because it makes trading news events fun now and very profitable. Because look, this is the AUD. They all did the same thing. Shot up, dropped, hit a support, and bounced, and then you could have reinvested. And there you go. They all did the same thing. See, look, boom, boom, boom. And is this a trade from last week? We didn't take this. This is the y'all's class account. So I don't know if we did some demos on here or whatever. Oh, that was the penny trade. That was I was telling y'all about the penny trade. Okay, so that was what. Okay, but again, I wish I wouldn't have clicked out it because I would have showed y'all if you had 5 standards and you were down 6 pips. Oh my God. Ooh, I know some people would have been pissing in their pants. But then you would have saw with the penny trade, you were only down 6 pips. Not much. Okay. God, I wish I would have kept that. Oh, I messed up on that one. That would have been good to show you guys. Somebody real quick, do me a favor. Do $50, because that's what 5 pips is. 5 standards. You're getting paid $50 per pip. So do five, do $50 times 6. How much is that? Somebody real quick, type. $300. So you would have saw yourself down $300 when mentally you were conditioned to be no more than $10 per pip with your $50 account personally. Now you switch over to a prop firm account where you got a $50K account and you're seeing yourself down by $300. But technically it was only 6 pips. That's why trading the regular amount you want to trade plus a penny, the penny is what you're going to watch because the penny would have showed you 0.60, which means 6 pips. You're only down 6 pips. So relax. Dang, I wish I wouldn't have clicked out of that. I might do it again. Somebody remind me to do this again next week so I can see it. Because I wanted it to lose. That's what I wanted. And I thought it was, I messed up on that. My bad, y'all. I wanted you to see it in drawdown so you can get the used conditioned. You can't play with big money and be with the $50 mindset. That's going to mess you up and you're going to start tampering and interfering with your trades. Okay. Now, if this thing breaks out of this, so for an example, and I'm not telling you, and this is why I told y'all don't take this trade. I'm not taking this trade. I was just using that as an example. I told y'all that. Okay. That's why I said it. Okay. But let's say for an example, right here, this is your line, and you say this is structure. Okay. Resistance, 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 support, support, support. Okay. Now, if this candle closes well below support, okay, then yeah, I might close the trade early. I'm cool because it's not about how much I lost. It's about you're falling through structure. Okay. And if you're going to fall through structure, then guess what? I don't need to hold on to you. For an example, let's take a look at this one. Okay. Here's one where it was in structure. It was looking pretty good. Let's go to the 4 hour. It was looking pretty good. And by the way, I want to teach you guys one more quick thing real quick. Y'all got to give me 5 more minutes? Oh, no, I can't. I don't. I got 2 hands and I got to go. All right, we'll save this for next time. But let me just do this. Give me 5 minutes. Here's something. Go to the daily. Drop some levels. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Scrunch this up. And I'm going to draw in this gray zone. Now I'm trading in the zone, auto zone. Okay. So right here, this is where I will put my stop below this level. Right here, if I was to enter the trade. Okay. Put my stop below that level. And guess what? That level, it looks real big, but it ain't even 20 pips. So I put it down to right there to 20 pips. So if this thing goes into drawdown, best thing to do is take another trade at a penny. Okay. And then look and see what my stop loss was for it and put the same thing on the penny. 848, 74. Now, again, guys, which one am I going to pay attention to? Am I going to pay attention to the big number or to the penny? Which one would I be paying attention to? Big number or penny? Which one? The penny. You got it. If there's a 0 before that number, that means that's not even a full pip. Okay? It's not even a full pip. If it shows me 0.010, that means I'm up by 1 pip. So for every 10 cents on your penny account, that's how many pips you're up. Okay? So if you're down 10 cents, how many pips are you down by? And then let me take these hands and we'll be done. 1. You got it, Alex. Thank you. If I'm down by 30 cents, how many pips am I actually in drawdown by? Don't matter what this big number is. You got it. 3. Simple as that. If I'm down by 50 cents on the penny account, technically, how many pips am I down by? Alex, you on fire. Y'all getting it? So put a penny on there so you're not paying attention to the big number. Okay? And that will reduce your fear of jumping out of trades if it has no reason to. So why did I draw this? And I'll take these 2 hands and we're done. Because if I'm looking at taking the trade like this, I drew my lanes or my levels based on structure, even from the daily. I can see from the daily time frame that here's where it came in. Every time it came into this range, and let me make this bigger. Every time it came into this range, it popped out. Came into the range, popped out. So if I take a trade in this range, my stop loss, just in case it falls through the floor, is here. But typically, if it repeats its normal behavior, it may do what? Pop out of here, okay? So if I do go into drawdown, I've already preset and should have known, okay, I'm comfortable with knowing that if I lose this trade on my prop firm account with 5 standards, I'm going to lose $1,280, okay? That's what I'm going to lose, 20 pips, $1,280, okay? But if I'm following it on my penny account, I'm not going to focus on that, okay? I'm going to focus on the fact, see, this is showing me I'm down $25. Oh, my God, I'm down $40. Donna, I'm down $44, Donna. Oh, my God, Jesus, he got me in drawdown again, Jesus. Oh, Lord, it's funny. But look at this. 0.07. Is that even a full pip? Yes or no? Remember, if there's a 0, see? Now, look, it's showing 1.11. So how many pips am I actually down by? 1 pip. $50 up here, but it's only 1 pip. $50, 1 pip. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me this opportunity to re-show them because I closed out the other one. See, $50. This is bouncing around and y'all focusing on this number, but I had a penny to it and you'll see I ain't even down the whole, just to 1 pip. It's just 1 pip. 1. It's 1 pip. Relax. Relax. Well, Uncle P, I don't have this indicator. You don't need it. Add the 1 penny on your trade and you're automatically tracking your pip count. Now you know how to do it on your own. That's how you track your pip count. So if you're glancing at your phone and you're at work, you may look at the big number, but you look at the small one and say, oh, okay, I'm only down 5 pips. We're still good. That's the biggest blessing. And it helps me a lot. Helps me a lot to remain calm. Now, if this thing breaks out of this structure, if the candle closes out of this structure, then at that point I can consider, you know what, I think I might close it early because now I see that you're not respecting these levels. And that's a different story for me to close the trade. Not because I'm pissing in my pants and panicking, and then I'm tampering and interfering with good trades only to come back an hour later and see the thing popped up in profit. And if I would have left it alone, I would have won my money. How many times, let me just ask this question, then we get two hands. Have that ever happened to you guys where you just was watching that money, and you tampered with the trade only to see it go into profit about an hour or two later or the next day? And you say to yourself, man, if I would have left it alone. Type of amen if it ever happened to you. Don't leave me out here hanging. I've done it plenty of times. Why? Because I was not watching price action anymore, to which gave me the reason to enter the trade. I'm now watching the money. And so by me adding this penny, I can relax and say, okay, it's not even down a whole 10 pips. I'm only down by 3 pips. Let me relax. Okay. Psychological warfare. Okay. All right. Now, let me get to these last hands and then we're good. Thank you, God. I really thank God for giving me that opportunity to show you guys, because I've closed out that other one and I really want to show you what it looks like. See? So for some of you guys, if you would have saw yourself and draw down by $50, now look, it just jumped back up. And how many pips am I up by? 1. And look, now I'm up $60 or $70. You see how it plays mental games with you? And this is how you neutralize that. Set that penny. Now I'm up 2 pips. I'm up $100, 114 here, but I'm only up by 2 pips. And if 2 pips can make me this, what if I'm patient and this thing goes up? Ooh, Jesus. Okay. All right, let me get to these last hands. We got to go. All right, PR, go ahead and unmute. Hello? Hi, PR. I don't see a name. I just see 2 letters. Okay, going once. Going twice. All right, I got to catch you next time because I got to get out of here. All right, sorry about that. Okay. And last one is Zoom user. I don't see a name, but go ahead and unmute.
Okay. I am very, very, very new. So all my questions would be from a novice position. And, you know, I hope that's okay for this site.
Yeah, please, girl, come on.
Okay, so I got Copycat, I got Ocean Wave, and I got Simplicity, because with the Copycat, I want to make the money while I'm learning. And for Ocean Wave and Simplicity, I want to learn it. So what I've been doing is I look at the Copycat and then I try to see what trades are taken. And then I try to go to Ocean Wave or whatever platform and see what they're doing so I can learn it. You know, that's how I'm trying to learn.
Don't do that.
Don't do that?
Don't do that.
Oh.
Here's the reason why. Because each one of us have our own trading styles and variations, which I have more strategies than what I actually teach. So I may use some trades from Ocean Wave. I may use some from Sexy Analyst, which those are basically my main 2 that I would use. But if you're using Jenny's or Elvis's, they have their own strategy and you're going to be lost because you'll be like, well, this don't add up to this and that. So I wouldn't do it that way. I wouldn't. If you're following me, you could probably catch more of those, although I do have a couple of things I do that I have never taught you guys. I try not to teach too many different strategies because it gets people confused. But for the most part, if you are going to use the Sexy Analyst and Simplicity or the Ocean Wave, then yeah, you can typically, if I'm taking a reversal trade, then you can follow along. If I'm taking a trend trade, then you can follow it. You can probably follow me better if you're doing that using Copycat, okay? Just to warn you. But if you're using Jenny or Mr. Elvis, they have their own styles, which is completely different from mine. And if you try to compare what they're doing to the systems, it won't match up and you'll be kind of lost. So just sharing that with you. Did that make sense?
Okay, so you're saying, okay, so I'm following just one person because I was trying to keep it simple.
Okay.
I'm following just one. So, and I think you might have answered my question, because what they did was, and I did ask it, but it's not registering why. So,
Mhm.
and it's kind of what you did. You took the same pair and then you did the penny thing. And then it's the
Mhm.
same stop loss, it's the same take profit. But I was going, why would you do that twice? But it might be the penny thing where they were trying to see how many pips were
No,
down. Now that I'm thinking, now that you
no,
said that.
that's not. No, that's for if you're trading on your own. That's them. That's not why they do it. Sometimes we will see a position, it goes up a little bit out of range, but we know exactly where you're going to go. So we may add on a second position because of that. That's why I said don't compare these two because they're going to be complete. You're going to be thrown off.
Okay.
Get what?
Okay.
No, they're not the same things. Not the same philosophy. Not same stuff. Not the same. So
Okay.
what I would advise you to do, if you're going to follow me on my trades, then you can probably get a little bit closer mirrored of, okay, I'm kind of getting a comprehension of why he's doing what he's doing. But if you're
Okay.
following Elvis or Miss Jenny, they have something totally different going on as to why they take their trades, and you'll be trying to compare the two, and it won't make no sense to you because they do something different.
Well, I'm
Okay,
so glad I asked that question because that is
I'm
exactly what
glad you did too.
because that is exactly why I'm so confused. Okay.
See, and I don't want you confused. So and that's why Liz and all you guys who ask questions, I thank you for doing so. And in fact, I don't get enough people asking enough questions, and that's concerning to me. It's always have. So thank you for asking that question because yeah, now you understand the point. Okay. No,
Yes.
you don't want to do that. You'd be completely. I used to do that too with people when I was coming up the ranks, and I was just completely clueless. I'm like, my God, I'll never get this. Not realizing that, oh, I was comparing the wrong thing. Get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm
Mhm.
telling you, no, don't do it. What I would
Okay.
suggest you do is just go into the tutorials and study them like crazy. Okay.
Okay.
Just study. Here's the deal. What I would do if I were you, okay, and this is honest, if I were you and you had these different systems, master one at a time. The first one that I would start with, write this down in your notes. Okay. You got something
Okay.
to write with?
Yes.
Okay. So for Sundays and Mondays, study using the ocean wave.
Okay.
Trade those on Sundays and Mondays mainly. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. Let me show you something. And you'll be the last person, but thank you for asking. I'm glad you came. I really
Okay.
am. This is what frustrates me as an instructor. When I hate that people don't ask enough questions. I really do, because then people buy stuff, then they give you reviews, and then realize, and they don't never come to class to ask simple questions to make sure they're using things the right way. So, for an example, look how beautiful this looks on the ocean wave. Right here, this thing on the 30-minute time frame, I hit Control Y, and you don't have to learn all this right now, okay? But I'm just showing those who already have it. Let's look at how many days ago where the ocean wave told you that the Euro GBP, this very one we're looking at now, was going to go downhill. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days ago, which means you could have been in the same trade for 6 full days making money. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right. So the point is that if you would have got in on the ocean wave, okay, on the ocean wave on any of these types of setups, you can ride this into the sunset, okay, or learn how to use this first, especially at the beginning of the week. Now we're getting a reversal because it's in the middle of the week. So now this is why your uncle switches over from ocean wave in the middle of the week, and I switch over to the simplicity sexy analyst setup. Because this system is built for reversal trading, which happens in the middle of the week.
Okay.
So Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays use simplicity. In the beginning of the week, use ocean wave.
Okay.
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 Because market does two different behavioral patterns, so you have to have two different behavioral systems. The market wants to go in the trend direction at the beginning of the week. So that's why ocean wave is a great trend following system. So that's why you can be highly profitable with it when you use it correctly. But middle of the week is where I switch over to the simplicity system with the sexy analyst because it allows me to catch the reversals because it wants to go and make a U-turn. Just consider it like that. It will follow the road in the beginning of the week, which is why I'm telling you, use Ocean Wave at the beginning of the week because it will follow the road real smooth. In the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, typically is where it starts looking for places to make a U-turn.
Okay.
That's why you use the other system. Are you with me?
Yes. And
Okay.
I've been coming to class, but I was working at the time, so I could only listen and not ask questions. So I'm glad now I can ask questions and keep it moving. So thank you so much.
No, but here's the deal, sis. Keep coming back with questions, please, because I want people to be successful. I don't want people to just buy trading systems. That's one of the other reasons why I'm thought about it. I was like, man, do I want to? I don't know. You know, I have some other system which I actually just built another one, but I don't know if I'm gonna release it to the public or not. I haven't made a decision whether I'm gonna do it or not because I want people to just really learn to master what we already have, and you don't need more if you don't master what we got. So yeah, just keep coming back and asking questions. I'll feel more comfortable with your trading journey if you can. I know you're at work and you may not be able to always do it, but as many times as you can, please do that for me, okay?
Yes, and I'll just tell everybody on here, that's one reason why I keep sticking with this, because I've never had all the training things that I buy. There's not anyone that I can really talk to and get an answer from, or send a text to and get an answer from within the next 20, 30 minutes. There's nobody out there that did that for me. So I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, they're not going to do it, sis. They're not going to do it. In fact, what they do, and I'll let you go because I don't know if you're at work or not, but let me tell y'all what they do. What they do is they can be anonymous, and if anything happens, they have no responsibility for it because you never knew who they were in the first place. And this is what a lot of prop firms are doing. They're anonymous. You have no idea who they are. So they can go under, come right back and use the same thing to restart another company or sell another product. You never see their face, never know who they are. You thinking you're getting something fresh and new, and it's from the same person who got you last time. You never know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the hustle.
Yes, right. And that's why I appreciate this group. That's why I told my husband I can't stop. This is the only one that I can ask a question and really understand and talk to a person and they answer me. And I just thought I was so novice, you know, and everybody seems like they're more advanced. And I was like, that's why I put my hand down and put it up so many times. I was like, that's probably stupid. But I appreciate your response, you know.
Honest with you, I don't like when people don't ask questions because I know they should be asking me things and they don't. And what happens is if things don't work out for people, and this is why I'm not a fan of reviews, I'm just being honest. Because what happens is people will buy things they really didn't understand. They just, emotional impulse move, impulse buying is what they call it in stores. So when you're checking out, like going through Walmart lines, and then you see the little fridge sitting there and they got the candy racks or they got these little novice items sitting here, those are called impulse buying products because you weren't even looking for them and you just happen to turn your head right before checkout and those items are there and you just reach out and grab. Those are impulse buying products because you had no intention of really buying it, but you just impulsively say, I want it. Well, people do that all the time in Forex because they're trying to grab for success so fast, they're just buying everything that comes out. And then they have nobody to talk to if things don't work out. They don't really understand how does it apply to market structure, how does it apply to timing, which is why I appreciated Liz's question. They don't have nobody to ask this question to. And if you're new, you don't know what you're supposed to be asking in the first place, do you?
Absolutely.
See? Okay, so that was the problem. What happened to me? That's why I started doing these classes. I don't know everything, but I'm sharing with you guys what I have learned because there was never anybody for me to talk to. And so what happens is you got people out there who buy my stuff. They never come to class, never ask me any questions, nothing. They do 2 or 3 trades and then they go out and say, oh, Uncle P stuff don't work. Did you ever stop to ask me? So for an example, you got both of my systems, but what was the one takeaway? Use this one on what days? Ocean Wave, beginning of the week. Simplicity, second half of the week. How many people have asked me that who bought my stuff? We have thousands of clients. How many people ask me? Hardly anybody, except for the people who come to class. And they say, well, his stuff, Did you use simplicity on Sunday? No, then that's why it didn't work, fool. It's not built for that. Because the market doesn't want to do reversals on Sundays. It wants to do a trend. But you keep trying to look for reversals. So yeah, no, of course it didn't work. But so that looks great against me on reviews. But the truth is, if you would have asked me or looked, I would have told you, no, just wait until midweek. That's what it was built for. So anyway, thank you for coming by, sis.
Okay, thank you.
Cool, cool. All right. All right, got one more hand that stuck in and I got to go. B, go ahead and unmute.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, B. Hi, hi, Mr. How you doing, boss?
Hi.
All right. So, quick one. Yeah, I just wanted to. Seeing that, I just wanted to use a pair for example, like on GU, because GU had like CPI earlier today, and there's likely FOMC coming today. So I just wanted to use like an example, like how it will actually affect a pair like that, because that's like a pair going through like two major news events in one day.
Yeah, I wouldn't even touch it.
Okay.
I don't touch it. Here's the point. The first thing I do before I even look at thinking about trading a pair, for an example, I saw some amazing setups this week on certain pairs. But the moment I saw that there was going to be news on them, I said, never mind, I'm good. Okay. So GU, what's the problem with GU? They already had their inflation rates come out, which is cool. But then you have, did I forget to put it on there? Oh my God, how did I do that, Jesus? Feds are going to be talking, they're going to have their moment, their minutes, their notes, and whatever they say could cause this to spike. So last night I didn't want to trade this until after the news event, but I know there's this, and I forgot to put it on here. My bad, y'all. So let's not use that. Let me show you this. Heck no, I ain't thinking nothing about it. I ain't tripping off a GU. Okay. All right. So what's going to happen in a little bit? Let's go back up. Today is Wednesday. All right. And where are you? Did they come out and do it already? No, right here. In 3 hours and 16 minutes, you got the Feds talking. Do I want to be taking a trade on the USD, any USD pair right now?
No.
I ain't looking at it. Nope. I don't care what GU is saying. I don't want to have nothing to do with it, because they could say absolutely nothing, or they could say something that relates to future interest rate raises. And if they do, GU is going to drop like a rock. If they say that they may lower interest rates in the future, GU could shoot to the moon. Either way it goes, do we know what they're going to say?
No.
And I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm good. You see how I instantly eliminate pairs that I'm going to trade?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't care nothing about no GU. AU, GU, EU, NU, USD, this, USD, Nope. And that's the same way I feel about the JPY pairs, because I know JPY is going to be coming out pretty soon with some news about what's going on with them. So right now, I see some I see some, let me find it for you, bro. Right here, okay? That's going to happen in the next 24 hours. So even though I see some nice setups on JPY pairs right now as we speak, I don't want to have nothing to do with them. Not until after this is over. Okay?
Okay, that makes sense. I just want thanks.
Yeah. Did that make sense to you?
Yeah, it did. Thanks.
Oh, cool. All right. All right, we got one more snuck in real quick, and this is it. This is really it. I got to go. I'm way over time. Ocean, go ahead and unmute quickly. Go ahead. Going once. Going twice. Ocean. I just see Ocean Magzid. I don't know about that. All right, guys. Well, that's that. We're going to end class. Thank you very much, everybody who attended. I'm sure grateful for each one of you guys. Thank you. I hope that this was helpful. If this class was helpful, type a number 4 in the box. I want to make sure that I'll share some things that was very, very helpful for you guys. Okay. And look at this. Okay. Let's look at this real quick. This is, I marked it off for you guys. Y'all seen me mark it up and all that kind of stuff. So can you say, I ain't see, I learned a multiple class. Okay, hold on. I marked it up and I showed y'all the zones and everything else. But good news is, here's the good news. If you did take it in this zone and you're up and you're looking at this number, now you're extremely happy. Oh my God, I'm up $260. Remember when you was down $50 or $40? Y'all remember that? And people were, remember that? And now you're up $280 live in class. Live in class. But even with all that happiness, how many pips are you guys already up? Type real quick. How many pips? Because you added the penny. It's good. I'm happy for you. And if this is good enough as a scalp, look at this. Watch this. Let me say this real quick and we go. For some of you guys, when I look at, if I'm after a certain dollar amount, and I say that, okay, I see, look at that. Now we're up $300, $300. So if you say my goal is to make $300 in the day, look, how many pips are you technically up by? Only 5 or 6 pips. I told you can scalp. So with a big account, like a prop firm, 5 or 6 pips, you can close it right here and say, okay, I made my 300 for the day. Boom, I'm out of this trade. But if you say I want to see how many pips I actually made, you only made about 5 pips. You only did 5 pips. You just became a professional scalper off a higher time frame. Congratulations. You see that? You only have 5 pips. Going on 6 pips. Okay.